And Carl, we're going to go to the next office.
Let's do that.
All right. We're going to work over here. And right over here on my left side, seated next to me is Donna Carpenter. And next to her is Nancy Gentry. And Nancy, you get to go first and introduce yourself. So if you would just go ahead and tell us who you are and why you're running.
Okay, I'm Nancy Gentry, and I was born here in Portales. I've lived here all my life, graduated from Portales High School, attended ENMU and Clovis Community College. I worked for Portales National Bank for 26 years, and then I've been at 14 years at Yucca Telecom. I was probate judge for Roosevelt County for 10 years, and I'm also a realtor, so I stay pretty busy. And I have two sons, Chase and Clark, and I've been a single parent since they were 10 and 15, and we love it. We've always loved it here. Of course, Chase is now in Clovis, but I love Portales, and I want to make it a place to live, work, and play.
Okay, thank you very much, Nancy. And Donna, would you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, I'm Donna Carpenter. I'm born and raised in this Roosevelt County. I love the county, love the people of the county. It's been wonderful getting out and meeting people I didn't know, and now it's fun to see people say, hey, I know you, because of the signs we have up as political campaigns. I'm a mother to 4 grown and married children, and grandmother to 6 wonderful grandchildren. And I've worked in the clerk's office for 8 years, and I have experience in all aspects of things that the clerk does, from the indexing, the recording of the records, to the elections. And I would like to continue keeping the great team that we have working currently. And we have several projects going to digitize our older records and make them available for the public. And I'm very excited about our vote centers that we're implementing this year. I'm sure we're going to have some tweaking to do. So far, it's going really good at our alternate site. So invite everybody to come out and try them, vote.
Okay, thank you. All right, Nancy, you have the first question, and I asked the same question of the probate judges, but if you're elected, what's something that you can do to immediately help the clerk's office, the county clerk's office, run more efficiently?
Well, if I was elected, I would immediately, excuse me, like to meet with the current staff and find out their ideas and suggestions of what's working and what's not working. And then I would also like to maybe have a questionnaire to clients and customers in there, you know, what's working, suggestions, recommendations. And then I would also, I think it's really important that the records start being via the internet. And and I'm sure they're working on that. I do not know that they are, but from what she said. So I think mainly to meet with the people that are already there, because they've been there and they know how it works. And so I would take their suggestions and recommendations and go from there. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And Donna, I need to ask you the same question. If you're reelected, what's something that you can do immediately to help make the county clerk's office more efficient?
Okay. Let me first explain that I'm not running for re-election. I am not the current clerk, but I have worked in the office. Janet Collins is our current clerk. And to run more efficiently, I think we would just continue what we're doing. It's just like a family. We communicate well. Sometimes we flub up and make mistakes. We do not point fingers at each other, but we just find out how to correct it and go on from there. And we'll talk about things, discuss it. And yes, we are implementing things to go on the internet. It's going to be in statute very soon that if we have the capability of going online with our records and things, it is the law that we do so. But first we must prepare those records, get them indexed, and take out the personal information like Social Security numbers. And it's a very long project. It will last longer than I work there, I'm sure.
Okay. All right. let me ask you the next question. It's your turn first this time. Talk to me about your familiarity with laws related to elections and other aspects of the clerk's office.
Yes, laws kind of mandate everything we do, from the price we charge for filing records, and of course there's a law for everything in the elections. We have law books, we have an election book, we have them marked and tabbed so that we can easily find them and refresh our memory if we don't already know it. Paying attention to the law and the details of the law is a very important part of the clerk's job, and probably one of the most serious parts of it, because we must know the law. Elections each have their own calendar. I'm familiar with the Secretary of State, and we have a lawyer on staff, and they would be available to ask questions if we have any. They're very, very good to work with, the folks at Santa Fe, if we have any questions. So we just know where to go if we don't know the answer. So.
All right. Okay, thank you. Nancy, talk to me about your familiarity with the laws related to elections and other things that happen down there. at
I
the
am
clerk's
pretty
office.
familiar with the election laws. I've been studying that, and also when I was probate judge, I went to Association of Counties, and we learned a lot with the Supreme Court and the laws and the codes that are there. And so I'm sure that there would be some that I'd have to learn. I know a lot about the deeds and the other things that go on in there, but the elections, I would be committed to going to the Association of County training and also the election training, which you're required to do for this job with the Secretary of State. And then I think the Secretary of State, the county clerk, the Board of Commissioners, and then the precinct officers all work together on this election. So.
Okay. This next question, it's pretty obvious that the Portales News Tribune has contributed some of these questions. But I'm curious about this too. Talk to me about your familiarity with the state's Open Records Act.
I am familiar with that because I know that it's you have to have public access to the records, and you have to be able to attend meetings open, and you can request information, and it has to be given to you. I think there are some times, when they can go into they can adjourn and go into something that has to do with an employee or something, but the meetings that are open I'm very familiar with because of the chamber. We used to go to the city council meetings and some of this, so I'm very familiar with that. And I do believe that you have to give someone the answers that they want.
Okay, thank you. Donna, talk to me about your familiarity with the Open Records Act.
Open records? Yes. Almost everything we have in the clerk's office is an open record to a point. We're not to give out information such as your Social Security number or your birthday. Even our voting records are politicians come and buy lists so they can knock doors or send flyers to certain groups of people. And it's something we keep up with. The open meetings, I would encourage everyone to come to all the commissioner meetings. Even if they don't have any business there, they just need to come and see it and hear what they're talking about. And yes, they do go into executive session where they're supposed to talk about limited matters. And that is one of the clerk's duty, is to keep notes at the commissioner meetings. We always have 2 people go in there because it's hard to catch everything. And then the clerk writes up the minutes. These minutes are made public record. Dion, that works in our office, my coworker, she is the webmaster, and she gets those minutes on there. And also, if you want to know when a meeting is or a special meeting called, we get that information up as soon as possible. And also your deed records, your mortgage records, or if you want to research your family roots to see who homesteaded back in 1912, we've got those, and we can find them for you. And that, to me, is one of the more fun parts, is helping people find their roots.
Okay, thank you. All right, Nancy, we're going to give you 2 minutes to wrap this up and tell us why you should be elected?
Well, the main reason that I became a candidate for county clerk is I really enjoyed serving Roosevelt County as probate judge for 10 years. And I enjoyed it so much, you know, the people. And of course, I've lived here all my life, so I know everybody. And I believe that with my experience, you know, in banking and telecommunications and my volunteerism that I've done, I know that I don't know a lot about the elections, but I could learn that through the state of New Mexico. So I believe that I would be qualified to serve in this capacity, and I would appreciate anybody's vote. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Donna, you have 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to thank KNW and Portales News Tribune and the Chamber for hosting this. This is wonderful for people to be able to see the candidates and to hear what they have to say about different questions, to put us on the spot. This is tough, guys, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
So I just am so glad for that, and I want people to get out there and exercise their privilege. It is a privilege. Men have died in wars for us to vote. So we should not ever, ever skip an election. And I want to encourage the voters to be informed. There's no excuse these days not to be an informed voter. If it's a local candidate, go meet them if you don't know what they stand for. If it's one that's far away, get on the internet. It's full of information. We're all there. Find out what the candidates stand for. Just want the voters to participate, be involved. We have opportunities to vote at our office, absentee right now during our business hours, and our alternate side is open at the Memorial Building. Call us if you don't know when or where, and then we're so excited about our vote centers that are coming up. And that's going to be on Election Day. You can vote at the Memorial Building or the Jake Lopez Building for anyone who is registered in the Portales area. The only people that will need to go to the rural polls are those in Dora, Causey, Elida, and Floyd. So I thank you all.
All right, thank you. Once again, we want to thank Nancy Gentry and Donna Carpenter. These are your candidates for Roosevelt County Clerk in the Republican primary, and we do encourage you to go vote. And I do thank both of you ladies for the same reason I thank the other two ladies. It takes courage to run for office. I appreciate your willingness to serve this county, and we thank you
very much.